rivals, welcome to Back to Tax. A couple nights ago in the arena we got the new Epic Nature Ancient, Gydian. He is an Elder Mage and we're going to take our first look at him tonight. So for his spells, as a nature guy, he does crippling poison on defense, but he does it a little bit higher damage than others. Like the other Elder Mages, the first one is a Frenzy with 15% boost. Second one is a damage attack. And the third one summons elementals of that same type as the Elder Mage, in this case, Nature. The spells, to be honest, are pretty weak, but the cool feature about the Elder Mages is that they're very cheap to level up, taking 50 Primus to get to the first level and a far reduced rate to increase to high levels. But because he's an Epic, unlike the other Elder Mages, which are just common, you can actually take Gydian up to level 50, and he can do some pretty strong damage when placed on defense in a spell tower. So you can take a look here. We're up to about level 16 after adding just a little bit of Primus. And that attack will both slow down the troops and reduce their damage as well. So we don't want to waste too much Primus on there. I'm not sure if I want to take him to the high level, but I will add just a little bit more. That'll get him to level 17, and I think that'll be enough for now. I'm not sure how high I want to go with him. Alright, so to take a look at him, we need some easy bases because the spells are not that powerful. So we're going to go in a Kingdom raid where the first half of the raid are some low bases. And there won't be much of a challenge at the first one or two, but we'll at least get to see what his spells are like. Alright, so Elder Mages, even at a high level, do not get much starting mana, and at level 17 we're just getting 1, so we'll need to come in from the right side here on the troop portals in order to have any mana for spells. And we'll just dump the troops down. We will use the Frenzy spell to get them doing a little bit extra damage on the attack. Very nice green graphic there. Alright, we'll just show what that Nature Blast does. It's doing pretty good damage, but again, that's a very low level spell tower. And here's what the Nature Elemental looks like. He's a melee unit with a big green sword. And when he dies, I believe he coats his opponents with some poison. So not too bad. Alright, we'll jump on to the next base here. And there's a crippling poison spell tower. So we can come in against that. There's some free mana off on the right, which we'll need to be able to cast a spell. So let's go grab that first. Alright, plenty of mana now, and we'll get our troops down a little bit away from the tower so that we have time to get that Frenzy down, and that will give immunity to the crippling poison. So that's a handy effect. You don't really see the crippling poison towers that often, or if you do, it's not by itself, it's in combination with other more worrisome spell towers. So sometimes on a Nature Daily quest, it might be useful to break out Gydian, but otherwise that set of spells just isn't going to do all that much. Well, we'll try a couple more. Team Friends, I like the name of that. Okay, they have Kestra in the spell tower up there. And a friendly tip for Team Friends, you do not want to leave your troop portals off to the side and unprotected like that. That's going to give me a huge amount of mana to start with. And I can either cast that second spell a couple times, I can lay down an elemental. We're going to come in near the poison tower just because we can. And we'll use a Frenzy to boost them up. Has a pretty good duration on that boost, so that's handy anyway. We seem to be able to recast it almost at will, so I'm not quite sure why that is exactly. Drop down to nature, elemental. Just frenzy the troops up and head on around. So it's worthwhile to take Gydian on a kingdom raid or on a daily in order to get the ancient mastery stars. You'll get some primers for that, so always do that with a new ancient, even if you're not going to use them that much in battle. Gydian's main purpose really is on defense, and it can be worthwhile to pump him up for that reason, especially if you're if you find him a little bit earlier in the game, far before you can get other ancient mages up higher. You can do a good job with him. Now, to get him to max level, though, you'll need a pretty high level shrine, and that won't happen till later in the game, and by that point you probably have some better ancients anyway. Alright, so on this attack, to get the troops in the middle, we're going to try to send the main force up the middle, but some funneling troops off to the side. We'll get our frenzy to send them in. Plenty of mana going on here. The mana hunters help with that a lot. Now, we can't do much about that freeze tower, unfortunately. And the curse tower is also going to prevent our units from healing. So you can see, even on a fairly a lower level base compared to our stronghold level, that did not go as good as if you were using Zalonia or Forvel, and in fact we only got through about half the base. Which means that's probably a good point to stop with him on this raid. So let me know what you think of Gydian. When will you be leveling up? Thanks for watching.